So what we've done here originated from, unfortunately, the eighth of an outbreak between 2011 through 2019 in which papayas from Mexico were involved, unfortunately, with the outbreak. In June of 2019, we received notice in which papayas were being identified as the host for a salmonella outbreak here in the United States. Later on, we found out those papayas originated from Mexico. As a result, many of our shippers down here ended up throwing away millions of dollars of papayas. We're talking about upwards of roughly 100 loads of fresh papayas were thrown away during this outbreak. And in July of 2019, we realized we had to do something. The importers said they could no longer endure this. The growers in Mexico said they could no longer afford to have that many papayas involved, and everybody knew something had to change. In a series of meetings after that, we quickly identified that our objective was going to be to improve the entirety of the Mexican papaya food safety systems.
Our main objective is to guarantee that all papayas grown, harvested, and packed by ProExport members are safe for consumers. We have worked to implement a self-regulatory food safety system. As part of this system, we created several resources designed to aid in the implementation of food safety practices during the growing and packing of papayas. The Food Safety Best Practices Guide for the Growing and Handling of Mexican Papaya, published by the Texas International Produce Association, TIPA, United Fresh Produce Association, now known as IFPA, food safety industry professionals, and university experts from Mexico and the U.S. became one of our guiding documents.
Hemos reforzado los temas de inocuidad en la papaya mexicana, en la inocuidad en todos los aspectos, la estandarización del sistema de tener un punto paso a paso de lo que tenemos que hacer ha sido muy funcional. Desde las capacitaciones, desde la alta gerencia, mandos medios hasta el jornalero, eso nos ha enseñado a trabajar constantemente mejor en inocuidad.
Es ya no ver la inocuidad como una parte para pasar la auditoría, sino para prevenir contaminación en los productos que vendemos.
We then developed and promoted training about the guide and were able to train key personnel for 100% of ProExport Papaya members.
Everything that has been implemented in Mexico has been wonderful. The industry has grown, I think, a lot in credibility by implementing the changes.
Son muchos cambios, principalmente ha habido un cambio de conciencia. Creo que es el cambio principal que ha tenido el productor de papayas en estos años.
Se ha tenido una mayor conciencia por parte de los productores para empezar a capacitar al personal y que el personal se involucre más dentro de lo que es la inocuidad de los alimentos.
In addition, we created food safety videos and the Papaya Industry Food Safety Training Kit. These materials are tools for the food safety professionals in a company to train their field and packing house personnel. Education promoted by ProExport Papaya also includes the Senasica's Contamination Risk Reduction System, the Papaya Action Plan, and the United States FSMA Produce Safety Rule.
It confirms that a company is in fact following the guidelines set forth by the Best Practices Guide. Those are guidelines specific to papayas. That's really been the key here, right? FSMA is great, but FSMA is a starting point. This Best Practices Guide for papayas is really kind of that critical step for the industry.
Los requisitos que tienen que cumplir los productores para ser miembros de ProExport son indispensables y nos dan acceso a clientes de otro nivel, grandes distribuidores, cadenas comerciales importantes, y eso nos facilita a nosotros nuestra labor de venta.
It gives the industry a lot of credibility. There were issues because of past history with food contamination issues, and the implementation, because of the implementation, those kind of issues have pretty much gone away.
With the purpose of strengthening all the links in the supply chain, a guide on the implementation of FSMA's Foreign Supplier Verification Program FSVP rule was developed. Training at each level through the papaya supply chain helped to promote a strong food safety culture throughout the industry. A verification program was created with the objective of auditing ProExport members' operations on the implementation of the practices included in the guide. This verification program only audits ProExport member operations regularly.
Las verificaciones para mí son muy importantes, ya que me han enseñado a hacer las cosas bien. Vaya, y que vengan a seguirme diciendo, para mí es una parte muy importante.
Se ha realizado una estandarización dentro de la industria. Hay un modelo, digamos, que a seguir, a partir del cual cualquier persona que quiera dedicarse a las papayas puede entrar e ingresar y decir, este proceso tengo que llevarlo.
It helps us a lot as a checklist what we should be asking our growers for. That is a tremendous help to us, and it keeps everyone honest.
In 2022, ProExport received the Root Cause Research Award from the International Fresh Produce Association for our Root Cause Protocol. This protocol was designed to be used in cases where a shipment sampled by FDA gets a positive result for Salmonella, and its objective is to investigate, detect, and correct the possible contamination source and implement the corrective actions needed to correct the problem. In addition, ProExport has financed scientific research whose results have aided in reducing contamination risks and improving papaya production and packing processes. With the development and implementation of these resources, ProExport Papaya has become an example for the industry on how to create and establish self-regulatory strategies to solve food safety challenges.
Everything, I think, has been very positive. And the working of FDA, the government, universities, and the industry together, everyone had a common goal and work together to achieve and to come up with realistic and effective solutions.
La participación del FDA y su apoyo ha sido determinante para que la industria esté donde esté. Principalmente el apoyo moral y el cambio de actitud que percibimos nosotros de tenerle temor a ser un aliado, creo que ha sido el factor determinante para que esta misión de producir papayas inocuas se vaya concretando.
Yo creo que sigue el invitar a más personas, ¿verdad? El jalar más gente, de que ver que hay un beneficio grande, que los que ya exportamos y hacemos las cosas bien, tenemos mayor beneficio. Entonces tenemos que tratar de jalar a más agricultores y enseñarles lo bueno de lo que hemos ganado con esto.
A la fecha ya no ha habido ninguna alerta, hemos sido mucho más seguros como exportadores, lo cual nos ha hecho que crezcamos mejor y que la gente tenga más confianza en nuestros productos. Yo creo que ha habido un cambio diferente al de 2011 después del 2019.
So my opinion on FDA's work with this project was that it was one of the reasons we found success so early and that we've continued to enjoy success. Without FDA's support from reviewing, feedback, being present on all the meetings, they were able to get us some additional funding to offset expenses, and they were really kind of the sounding board for us throughout the entirety of the project. And I believe that it was that support that has helped make this program such a success.
ProExport Papaya, producing safe papayas. For more information, visit www.proexportpapaya.com.